8 full days after the polls closed, California finally called its primary election. In the Los Angeles mayor's race, Republican-backed candidate Spencer Pratt saw a commanding election night lead vanish. By the following week, a surge of late ballots pushed him into third place, behind Nithya Raman. Donald Trump immediately signaled to his followers that the delayed count proved the existence of a rigged third-world voting system. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Los Angeles responded by launching multiple election fraud investigations and dispatching a prosecutor directly to the vote-counting center to monitor the process. This 8-day reversal reveals a deep friction between the legal mechanics of voting and the public's expectations of speed, a tension that will likely reach a breaking point during the November midterms. California's election volume is difficult to visualize without a scale comparison. Out of 13 million mail-in ballots, the physical stack of envelopes would reach 29 miles into the atmosphere. State law requires officials to count any ballot postmarked by Election Day, even if the Postal Service delivers it a full week later. These ballots continue to arrive in waves long after the polls have closed. Every single envelope in that 29-mile stack requires manual or automated signature verification against voter registration records before the ballot inside can be removed. Additional delays stem from ballot curing, a legal grace period where voters are contacted to fix missing signatures, and the individual eligibility checks required for millions of provisional ballots. The 8-day counting window reflects the unalterable mathematical reality of processing millions of pieces of paper under these specific legal requirements. These administrative delays consistently trigger a documented statistical phenomenon known as the blue shift. Voter behavior data shows a clear partisan split in how and when ballots arrive. Republicans statistically favor in-person or early mail returns, populating the tally first. Democrats statistically return mail ballots closer to the deadline. As late-arriving envelopes are counted, the total shifts toward Democratic candidates. This demographic pattern is so predictable that election researchers use it to model outcomes. It is a byproduct of voter habits that has historically aided candidates from both parties, depending on the specific turnout of the race. Claims of a stolen election require a forensic comparison between the heated political rhetoric and the actual findings of the prosecutors inside the counting center. Data from the Brookings Institution places the rate of mail-in voter fraud at 0.000043%. In an election the size of California's, that percentage suggests a statistical expectation of roughly 5 fraudulent envelopes out of 13 million cast. Safeguards like the 24-hour public livestream of the LA County Registrar and the presence of bipartisan observers provide a layer of transparency that federal investigators are currently utilizing. So far, the only specific evidence cited by prosecutors involves a single registration scheme on Skid Row, rather than a breach of the ballot count itself. The combination of a microscopic historical fraud rate and high-intensity monitoring suggests the current system's safeguards are holding, even as the slow pace of the count erodes public confidence. The California primary serves as a national stress test for the midterm elections, now only 145 days away. Control of the U.S. House hinges on roughly 42 competitive districts in battleground states like Arizona and Pennsylvania. These states use mail-in counting rules that mirror California's exactly. The Republican National Committee is currently petitioning the U.S. Supreme Court to invalidate any ballot that arrives after Election Day, even if it carries a valid postmark. A Supreme Court ruling against these ballots would instantly disqualify millions of votes across the country, fundamentally altering the legal landscape of the November midterms and likely escalating the conflict over delayed results. High-volume mail voting has effectively replaced election night with election week. The shifting vote tally over the course of several days reflects the legal, thorough mechanism of ballot verification performing its required duties. Acknowledging these mechanical realities now provides a civic defense against misinformation. When these same delays hit the battleground states this November, the ability to distinguish between a slow count and a compromised one will be the difference between an informed public and a destabilized one.